Where'd he go? Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Nerds on Lockdown, where we talk to you guys about everything in the nerd kingdom. We have a very special guest today. That is my son, aka Virtual Culture on YouTube. You guys should look him up. His name is Brendan. Say hi, Brendan.
Hello.
So, we're also, once again, donned by the great A-aron. Oh, yeah, he's got his Ray Ray mask on and everything. So, as you guys can see, you probably know what we're talking about today. Aaron, what are we talking about today?
Man, I'm so excited. We are just going to be discussing our very favorite wrestling entrances of all time. We're talking about every organization, every federation, covering from the beginning to the present. And I'm really psyched with our special guest here today. I'm ready to get this one going, bro. Brendan, hit us. Number 5, brother.
Number 5 for me from WCW was 7.
7. I remember
Or-
7. Yeah.
AKA Goldust.
Yep.
Nice. Did he hover or something?
The reason I chose him was because he flew down to the ring. He was like floating
Yep.
Nice.
and like fire. It was basically the Undertaker entrance, but
Yeah.
still.
On a wire.
I completely forgot about, until you said that, I forgot about that, too.
Crazy.
That is a great pick, dude.
It's good makeup too. I remember the character, if it wasn't based on such undesirable things, would have probably worked. He was good.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. I mean, he made a career for himself, obviously, but,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
you know.
Dustin Rhodes
Dustin
on
Rhodes,
AEW.
yeah. So if you guys don't know who 7
Oh.
is he's Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust, when he was in the WWF/WWE. Because we like to say WWF here.
That's right. We put the F back in.
That's right.
Of course, because the newer titles aren't as prestigious as this one.
That's right.
Oh, the Winged Eagle. Oh,
The
I love
Winged
that
Eagle.
one. Oh, I
Anyways,
love it.
good pick, Brendan. How about you, Aaron? What's your number 5?
Well, dude, I'm gonna go with the character who, in the '80s, when I started watching it, as soon as his music would hit, he had such a cool theme. You know, it was kind of a synth pop or like synth rock or something. But, anyways, I'm going with Jake the Snake Roberts here.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Right. His entrance was a really cool theme. He just kind of hustled like a driving force to the ring. But I remember after he'd lay the snake out in the corner, he would sit. Right on the ring in the corner and just wait for his opponent to come out. And that ring psychology I thought was really innovative for its time.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Jake the Snake Roberts, man.
Yeah.
Brendan, you remember Jake
Especially
the
when he rang the snake to the ring.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're a little young to remember him, but you've seen him on some of the Volt stuff, right? Like the WWE Network stuff? Yeah. So, yeah, cool, man. All right, so my number 5 is somebody from the right out of the Attitude Era into the PG era, and I hate saying that because that's my not worst. Like, to me, was the worst part of wrestling for me.
Right.
But that's CM Punk. CM Punk's my number 5.
Ooh.
And this is Cult of Personality CM Punk, not his original song. So,
Definitely, yeah. That song is fire.
This
Still
is
to this day.
yeah, this is Pipe Bomb CM Punk, right?
Yeah, buddy.
So
the best in the world.
exactly. So this
Best
is
of the world.
that's my number 5, and the only reason why is because he used to come out and he used to just, I mean, so when that song hits, you know what I mean? It's just like, dude, it's just like, oh my god, it's CM Punk. Like, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. So like,
Yeah.
I had to put him in there. He's not my favorite
definitely-
entrance of all time, but it's because of that song and the hype and the feeling you get behind that song when that happens.
Right.
You know something's going down, or you know he's gonna say some stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why that's my number 5.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers too because he's good at acting.
Yep, he's great, man. He was one of the best. Anyways, all right, Brendan, back over to you. Number 4.
Okay, number 4. This is funny. CM Punk.
Oh, there you go, right?
You had him a little higher on your list than me. All right.
Yeah.
Cool,
That's
man.
all
Why
good.
why for CM Punk for
Father
you?
like son. Look at this.
It's the theme song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the hype and everything. Like the theme song, especially because like when he came out, he always did something kind of different.
Mhm.
Right.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
he'd
number
always
four.
pop the crowd though. That was a definite. He would
Yeah.
always get them rolling.
Yeah. Cool, man. I love it. Aaron, you're number 4.
All right, man. I'm gonna go with what many would argue is the GOAT. I'm talking about the one and the only
Ooh.
Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. All right. Ric Flair. Why Ric Flair?
I didn't enjoy it as much as a child when I
Uh-huh.
was a child, you know what I mean? But I did really like how he would come out at that like Shawn Michaels final reunion or final retirement match at WrestleMania 26ish.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just found that he was great. I mean, you got the great classical, Strauss piece in the background, and he just struts out to the ring. I don't know. He's just fun, man. He's it's to me it's the glitz and glamour of the old golden generation. Still alive and well in the present day.
Absolutely. All right, man. Ric Flair. Well, my number 4 is a newer wrestler. He's pretty hot right now, but they're not pushing him as much as I think they should have or
Okay.
are. Is Aleister Black.
Oh, serious.
Yeah,
Good
that's
picks on
a
that
good
one.
entrance.
His
That-
entrance, dude. His whole like coffin like coming up out of the
Yeah.
coffin thing with the candles around, dude. And that theme song is bad.
It's really heavy.
Dude.
Really heavy.
It's my favorite theme songs.
It's so good. It's so good. And he's a wrestler, man, where I don't know why they don't push him more. He could be that guy, but
Yeah, definitely.
anyways, that's my number 4. Brendan?
Hold on. When Aaron said the GOAT, I honestly thought he was gonna say Chris Jericho.
So did I.
Because yeah. But my number 3, going back, WWF, The Undertaker.
Ooh.
So the Undertaker,
Perfect.
like with the purple gloves and the big brim hat Undertaker?
No.
Which Undertaker?
American Undertaker.
Oh, on the motorbike.
Yes.
American Badass Undertaker.
Yes.
Cool, man. Why? Why that one?
It's just like for one. Also, it's cool because like they don't really ride out on vehicles anymore. Like he used to ride out on vehicle like his bike and everything.
Mhm.
And it's just also it's a theme song and the bike.
Just all the stuff kind of put together, right?
Yeah.
Now, he had 2 theme songs in that era, right? He had like the Limp Bizkit one, and then
Yeah.
he had
The
the Sad but
Limp
True Kid
Bizkit-
Rock one.
The Limp Bizkit one.
No.
Okay.
And then he had the Kid Rock one too, I think. But
Yeah.
the Kid Rock one I think was only featured at like WrestleMania or something like that. I don't think it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
an actual
Like
didn't-
like
he
last
didn't roll with it.
WrestleMania, the only one of the best matches there.
Oh, the Graveyard match? Yeah, he had a new opening song for this last WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think it was Metallica. It was a Metallica song that they used.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Cool, man. Well, that's number 3. Aaron, what's your number 3,
Well-
sir?
Well, man, I'm gonna go a little more new school on this one. First time I ever saw the entrance, I loved it, and ever since, with little variations it's had, I love it still. And this would be one Finn Balor,
Finn Balor. Okay.
the demon character. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes like an hour to get to to the ring.
Yeah. We remember when we timed the Undertaker and Finn Balor?
Yeah, we timed them both, and he took way longer than the Undertaker, and we thought the Undertaker's thing was like the longest, dude. It's crazy.
Right.
But
Goldberg has a long one too.
Yeah.
Because he starts in the back.
yeah, but Finn Balor's cool though. Like his whole like mystique about him was really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, why'd you like it though, Aaron? Like what about it is cool?
Well,
to
it's the music. He has a the physical kind of movements he does to synchronize to the music. I don't know. It's good theater for me. You know, it's in the same vein as the Undertaker. You know, but it's higher tempo and a little bit more.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
and more
it's-
like
Yeah.
caney in its presentation.
yeah, it's very showy. Mm. He does give off that vibe. He went back to NXT for a little bit, or still for right now,
He
but
is nice. Yeah.
yeah, but
Um.
I never got into him as a character though, man. I don't know what it is. I don't like him. I can't get over the fact that I don't like him. I don't know what it is, but anyways, that's just my opinion. But
Which variation of Finn Balor though? The Demon King or Finn Balor?
Demon King.
he likes the
Yeah.
demon, yeah, for sure. All right, cool, man. Finn Balor. My number 3 is a tag team. I think Brendan's probably gonna have it on his list too, but you know,
Maybe not.
probably one of the greatest tag teams of all time, period. And I'm talking about the Hardy Boys. Yeah. I love their entrance because they just fly down the ring, dude. They fly down the apron and like, you know what I mean, down the ramp
Yeah.
into the apron, and just all the lights and the neon and the purple and greens, and it's just cool, man. It's always been one of my favorite entrances, and you know, Jeff Hardy's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. Period. Just him alone. So yeah, having the Hardy Boys, I had to have the Hardy Boys entrance on there, like period. Like, they're amazing.
Absolutely, bro.
Anyways,
Okay.
cool, Brendan. What's your number? What are we on? Number 2 already?
You should know this.
No.
My favorite.
Yeah, we're on number 2. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Number 2, Brendan.
You should
Number
know-
2.
You should know this one.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite wrestler, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
It's
Burn it
the
down.
Burn It Down music.
Uh-huh.
It's a good song.
Definitely. Forgive me.
Crowd is like CM Punk. The crowd is always like wild when he comes out, except for the Monday Night Messiah. I'm not talking about that.
Mm-hmm. But he still gets a
but-
reaction regardless if he's a heel or a
Yeah.
face.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he still gets a reaction. He either gets really, really booed or he gets
Yeah.
cheered. And the thing about him versus, like, say, somebody like Roman Reigns, let's just put him in the same category, is that Roman
Yeah.
Reigns, people don't know if they like him or they don't, and they kind of, like, halfway boo. And they, like, so
Yeah.
it's weird, and, like, it kind of, you know, if you're a heel, you want, like, the massive boos to go down. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to sell it, and he sells it very well. Even though I don't like the Monday Night Messiah, much like you, Brendan, I just don't get it. Like, the character's kind of stupid to me.
The character is stupid to me too. It's just I honestly don't care what character he is.
Yeah, I
Still.
know he's your favorite, but he sells it at least, you know. So, anyways, all right, cool, man. Mr. Seth Rollins. Now it's Mr. A-aron's turn. Number
Number 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my favorite of his era, the Attitude Era. I'm talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Heck yeah, man. Stone Cold, man. Now, are we talking about, like, because he used to come out and do crazy stuff? Stone Cold?
I mean, I'm not particularly mentioning the Zamboni or the things
Beer
of that
truck,
nature.
yeah.
Right. Just in general, as soon as that glass would hit and he'd
Uh-huh.
come, you know, marching out, hit the corners, middle fingers in the air.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
so good. It was so
he,
good.
He drew the angst, like, into that arena, man.
Yeah, bottled it up
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, good pick, dude.
for sure.
Cool, man. All right, well, my number 2, unfortunately, has already been said by somebody over there, Mr. Brendan, Mr. Virtual Culture himself. It's the American Badass Undertaker.
The biscuit version.
No, I just I liked, the biscuit version. I liked it because I'm one of those weirdos that actually likes Limp Bizkit. And
Yeah.
I liked the motorcycle theme. I like the biker thing. I think it makes him more believable and more tougher. You know what I mean? It's just a tougher character
Yeah.
to me. And yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, all the reasons why Brendan liked him, I like him. He's just,
Um,
Mr. Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker, aka American Badass.
um, the one thing that WWF needs to stop doing is every WrestleMania stop bringing back the Undertaker. He's done. Like I liked the Undertaker when he first came, like the American Undertaker, but like if they keep bringing him back as
When he first came, he says. Yeah.
But
Okay.
they do it because, well, he's making money, for
Right.
one, right?
You weren't even born yet when he started coming out, I think, right?
No, he's talking about when he first came back, when he started, like,
Reinvention. Yeah.
reinvention. But I think
that.
I think it's WWE has to hold on to some of those classics, and the reason why is because they need to keep their older audience invested, to be able to keep watching. Because if they keep pumping out new stuff too much, then it starts getting diluted. So they got to keep the staples in there as long as they can before they retire.
Use them up.
Use
Spit them out.
Yep. But Taker wants to do it. I mean, even on Stone Cold's podcast, Taker was like, "I'm going to do it until I can't do it anymore." So it's he likes it.
It's also not a bad gig. He probably makes hundreds of thousands of dollars for that one night of work.
I think it's each match is $1 million. They pay him
There you
$1
go.
million a match.
Right. So
Yeah.
So
that's hard to turn down at some point.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Brendan, number uno.
Number one
Or-
Yeah,
Wow.
number one.
when are we doing the honorable mentions?
At the
After
end.
number one.
After number
Okay.
one.
Number one is the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Nice.
Now,
That-
the Fiend Bray Wyatt, the whole head on the lantern Bray Wyatt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep.
When he first came out, that entrance was so good. The theme song was good.
Mhm.
His character is very good. Him bringing down like the head as a lamp and everything,
So cool.
Dude,
and then
goosebumps, man.
in the Firefly Funhouse, and then like just burn.
Yeah.
That was cool. First
Dude.
came out.
I'm telling, yeah, it was a great pick as number one.
I like.
Yeah. All right, Mr. A-aron.
Well, dude, you had to anticipate what my answer was going to be.
Oh, it's
'Cause Don't answer for me,
All right,
jerk.
go for it. We all know what it's gonna be. Go.
right,
Well,
we're
I
we're
know
go-
what it's gonna be. I don't know if Brendan remembers.
I know.
Oh, you know who it's gonna be? Okay.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is. Oh, he's disappearing again. There he is. There you go. Mr. Ultimate Warrior himself.
Ultimate Warrior, bro.
Yeah.
Got to. Shoot, if you're talking entrances, you got this heavy metal rockin' theme song, and then you got this muscle-bound comic-looking dude running, hitting all the corners, shaking the ropes. Yeah, he was blown out when the match started, and he had no energy to fight, but damn, that entrance is hot.
that
Fire.
that entrance, man. He was man, like it was crazy, kind of. Like if you really think about it, nobody runs down to the ring like that anymore, really. Like
Nope.
that crazy, you know what I mean? And that, like, when he used to do it, was like, like,
Yeah.
dude, crazy, man. Yeah. Well, I knew that was gonna be your number one, but they
Had to be.
they didn't know, so that's cool. Anyways, cool, man. Well, I guess we're getting down to my number one.
Right.
Once again, like father, like son. My number one
Yeah.
is the Fiend,
Oh,
Bray Wyatt.
oh yeah.
And the reason for it is just, it's so dark and demented and just, I can't even explain. Like, it's probably the coolest entrance that I've ever seen
Right.
in my life. And the fact that he came up with that whole script, he came up with his character himself, and
Yeah,
WWE
Yeah.
said,
told.
cool, do it. Dude, makes it even better for me. So, yeah. And to be truthful, I didn't like Bray Wyatt before. I didn't like the whole Louisiana backwater, you know what I mean?
Right.
Catching alligators, Bray Wyatt. I just, I couldn't get into that character. But when he reinvented himself into the Fiend, I had so much more respect for that character and so much more just I can't even talk today. Admiration for him. And like Brendan said, when that theme hit the first time I saw that, it was chills, dude. It was like goosebumps. I was just like, I had to rewind it. I was like, no, let me see this again, dude. This is cool.
Yeah, they censored out the head.
Yeah, and then they do the replay, and then they censor out the head, because they only do it live, and I'm just like, come on, man. Like, they're trying to watch out for kids, man, but like, it's just such a cool entrance. Anyways, yeah, that's my number one. So I think we're on to honorable mentions, and
I have.
Huh?
For what?
Yeah.
I have one more thing.
Okay, go for it.
They planned this character out. Well, he planned this character out 5 years before this.
5
Really?
years before this.
That's more time than a Star Wars movie.
He did his first promo ever as Bray Wyatt, and he said, "The man in the woods with the yellow hair and the mat and the it like different people's skin on his mask, and that's what the Fiend is."
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if you go back and watch it, I remember you showing me that or talking to me about that. So
That's a cool Easter egg, man.
yeah, it's
I didn't know that.
kind of crazy.
Fiend,
Yeah. I mean, what it could have been,
man in
though,
the-
what it could have been though, is he cut his one of his first promos, and he went to Vince and said, "Hey, I have this like idea of I have this idea for this character," and Vince said no, and then he repitched it again because they needed some uplift in that company, and Vince said, "Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead." You know what I mean? That
Right.
that could have been a thing. So it could have been on the back burner for a very long time. Just, hey, we have it if we need it. So. Cool, man. All right, Brendan, what's your honorable mention of the day?
Honorable mention. I did not put this on top 5. Is Hulk Hogan.
Real American. Brother.
All right, Hulk Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something, Brendan. The Hulkster loves that you picked this theme song with its 24-inch pythons. Now eat your vegetables and your vitamins. Yeah.
Why the
Don't forget your spray tan.
Why the Hulkster?
Well, because it's like the original, like not original, but like original WWF, like WrestleMania 1, 2, 3, and everything.
Yeah.
And also, like, he used to come out and just rip his shirt off and everything. And that was cool.
So he
Yeah.
was.
But it's
the
only
first,
cool when he does it.
Yeah, he was the first showy
Doesn't
sort
work
of.
for me so well.
He was the first comic booky, showy sort of character that they had, and that's why he was sort of over the top with it. You know what I mean? So he was kind of the beginning of that, like, colorful, cartoony, stereotypical wrestler. So cool. Aaron, honorable mention.
You know what? It's gonna tie into Brendan's list earlier. I went with a character who wasn't my favorite wrestler, but I thought his entrance was really sick and his soundtrack was really sick, and that would be one Dustin Rhodes portraying Goldust. I thought Goldust was a really interesting entrance, especially as a heel. Like, the music was dramatic and they shot it in a cinema style. I thought it was a nice touch and really helped.
24-karat gold pictures.
That's right. Yeah, Marlena walks out with a cigar.
Yeah, dude.
I
always liked Goldust. I always thought Goldust got a bad rap, dude. I always wanted him to win like a Royal Rumble so badly. Like, I wanted something for him. He's actually a really talented wrestler. Like, super talented.
Absolutely.
It's just, it sucks that he always got thrown the joke characters, And
Runs in the family.
yeah, well, not anymore, dude. Cody's
broke the
doing
curse.
things, man, at AEW. I'm going to tell you what, I almost picked Cody as one of my entrances in this top 5 because his new entrance in AEW is rad. That whole, like, thing that pops up and he comes out, dude, it's pretty cool. Like,
Okay, I'll check it out then.
and Cody is one of the most gifted, like, wrestlers I've seen in a very long time. That match between him and Dustin Rhodes when AEW first started,
The blood match, yeah.
that is probably one of the best matches I've ever seen ever in any era.
Profound.
It was so good, dude. All right, so my honorable mention, is it cool if I do too? Because my wife, she said,
Blame the
hey,
wife, yeah.
she said, hey,
Blame
can
the
you
wife.
throw in one for me? Because it's her favorite entrance. So I do have to throw one in for her. And her favorite is No Way Jose.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just said that. I don't know who he is.
Yeah. So No Way Jose is a jobber. I don't know if he's even there anymore, but I think he's
No
still
way,
there.
Jose.
No way. He's a jobber, and he used to come out. Do you remember? What's his name? Rose. Yeah, Rose. Do you remember him? He used to come out with like a big party of people, like a big stuffed bunny and like a. No. Okay. Well, anyways, he's sort of like that, where he's a guy. He's sort of Jamaican style dude. Runs out with a big fro, and he dances to No Way Jose, no, and he has a big crowd of people with like swimsuits on and bikinis and stuff. And they come down the ramp with him, and they all kind of circle the ramp and do a conga line. No
So it's
way,
like
Jose.
it's like the Ho Train, but in
with
spring break fashion.
Yeah, like the Godfathers. Yeah, exactly. So that was her honorable mention. She just wanted to throw that in. But
Right.
my honorable mention is actually Cody Rhodes. Was actually Cody Rhodes, and I had already talked about that earlier.
Man,
Yeah.
this one's making me dizzy.
Yeah.
It's a tornado of cross selections.
I know, man. Well, see, we have similar interest in wrestling. Though. I mean, it's very.
It's multi-generational at this
Yeah.
point. It's interesting to see.
Yeah, and the fact that Brendan actually picked something out of WCW that early in the game was really.
That was a
cool.
wild card pick, bro. That was the most unexpected and probably best pick on this entire list.
Yeah, for sure. So, thank you guys once again for tuning in to Nerds on Lockdown. If you guys have a top 5 of your own, please drop it in the comments below, and we'll discuss it. Or if you disagree with us, go ahead and disagree, because we would love to talk to you guys. Brendan, thank you for coming on. Awesome guest, awesome list.
Yes, welcome to the Nerddom, the Lockdown Legion.
The Lockdown Legion. That's right, my Lockdown Legionnaires. Look at that, like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thanks, A-aron, once again. We love you guys out there. Stay safe. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye. See you later. Oh, shit. He disappeared. Where'd he go?